Man, hold on. Let me make sure my chat right. Let me get my chat right, man. Where my chat at? Oh, let me turn it off. They gonna hit me. They gonna hit me. Where is my chat? Where is my chat? Okay, here we go. Alright. Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's good, man? We just watched history. We just witnessed history, bruh. Terence Bud Crawford, undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Incredible. Shout out to my brother Jay Harris too, real in the building. What's good, man? What's happening? You know your boy ain't been live in a minute, but we live. Terence Bud Crawford, undisputed in 3 weight classes, and he went up and fought Canelo Alvarez, who was the consensus, depending on consensus for a good, at least 10 years, bro. At least 7, 8, 10 years, Canelo Alvarez was considered the face of boxing. He was the most popular fighter in the sport. Dominant in multiple divisions. Undefeated at 168. Undisputed at 168. The man in his division, and was considered and still is a dangerous fighter for anybody that get in the ring with him, bro. A historic fighter, a first ballot Hall of Famer, Canelo Alvarez. And Terence Crawford went up essentially 3 weight classes and outboxed him. Hold on. Okay, Bud walking out the arena now. Look, outboxed him, outskilled him, outthought him. The jab was popping. He didn't go to the body a whole lot. Terence Crawford had some sneaky, crafty body shots. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why he didn't want to go to the body heavy, because Canelo Alvarez is an incredible counterpuncher. I said that in the breakdown. Canelo can punch when you punch too, and he is a phenomenal counterpuncher. He waiting on you to make a mistake. He waiting on you to throw a shot that opens you up at the least bit so he can land one of those big-ass body shots or something to the head. He good with the ones and the twos off the counter or in between the exchange. So I understand why Bud didn't want to go to the body heavy, because it leave your head open. It's a very risky thing to do versus a great counterpuncher. But he did have the sneaky body shots. He threw the jab to the solar plexus. I love that. I love the fact that in the very first round, Terence Crawford came out and pushed Canelo Alvarez back. Immediately got respect. Immediately got respect. And I saw the strategy, and it was working beautifully. You know how a lot of fighters like to start the round off a little bit lax, you know what I'm saying? Smooth, easy going, and then try to steal around at the end. Terence Crawford was doing that shit in reverse. And the crazy part about it, he had the conditioning and the wherewithal to not just slack off the end of the round. So he would come out in the first part of the round, get his shit off, whether he pushing you back or fighting off the back foot or fighting in the middle of the ring. He also fought on the inside in this fight. But Terence Crawford mixed it up in the first round. He immediately started walking forward and pushing Canelo back, letting him know, motherfucker, I'm bigger than you. You feel me? I'ma assert myself in the ring tonight. You feel me? That's that psychological battle. You feel what I'm saying? And then in subsequent rounds, he fought off the back foot and was, you know what I'm saying? And I could tell in the first few rounds, Bud was intentionally staying there so he can catch something, you know what I'm saying? So he can feel those punches. Man, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to the brother King Breeze in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Scorpio Indigo in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Avery Advice in the building. Ravens Nation in the building. What's good, man? Hey, shout out to the brother Red 41 ATX. What's good, man? Hey, incredible performance by Terence Bud Crawford, bro. This shit crazy, dog. This shit really crazy. I'm still tripping off how Terence switched the pace and tempo between the rounds. You know what I'm saying? He kept Canelo off balance the whole fight. Whether you talking about the lateral movement, whether you talking about the fact that he might start the round off pushing forward and then mix it up. He might finish that round fight in the middle of the ring because Terence Crawford had full ring generalship this whole fight, even when Canelo was coming forward. Canelo, I would say in that the fourth round, because Bud started the fourth round off crazy. Bud had an incredible third round, and then he started the fourth round going crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Bud came out that bitch guns a blazing in the fourth round, and then Canelo changed the tide in that round and tried to finish it out. I say the second half of the fourth round was probably one of the very few times where I saw Canelo be dominant as far as controlling the ring. But outside of that, Terence Crawford was the ring general the entire fight. Whenever he wanted to push the pace forward, he did that. He pushed Canelo back. Whenever he wanted to keep the fight in the middle of the ring, he did that. He even initiated some of the clinches and some of the close work on the inside, you know what I'm saying, where shit get physical, where it's a lot of sneaky body shots. You know what I'm saying? Shots to the chest, uppercut, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you slide through. I appreciate it. Shout out to the brother Harless in the building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Big Tex 33 in the building. What's good? He said Bud was on Canelo ass from round 5 to 12. Facts. Facts. Facts, bruh. It's like, I don't think, bruh, it's gonna take some people some time, bruh, to really understand what the fuck Terence Crawford just did, dog. Like, that's not to say that this the first time we seen Canelo get outboxed. This not the first time we seen Canelo get outboxed. But I honestly gotta say, this is the most dominant L that Canelo had. I say that because even though Floyd Mayweather's victory over Canelo, me personally, we know Pretty Boy had incredible performances, you know what I'm saying, memorable performances, right? But me personally, my favorite Floyd Mayweather performance was his win versus Canelo. So, but even considering that from my own personal perspective, I think Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo was more dominant. He landed more clear and eye-glancing shots. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like he was more physical in the ring. Great performance, dog. Great performance. Great performance, bruh. Undisputed in 3 weight classes, bruh, and you beat Canelo Alvarez. And mind you, shout out to the brother, shout out to Life Escape in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Justin Wallace in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate y'all for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. Dog, I ain't gonna lie. Even before, like, the decision and all that, before the fight was, like, throughout the entire fight, I'm still like, damn, I can't believe this is real. I can't believe this fight is really happening. You feel what I'm saying? And then we get 2 elite fighters at the top of their game. Remember, Canelo Alvarez said, nobody beats this version of Canelo. When Canelo fought Mel, at the end of the fight, he got on the mic and said, nobody beats this Canelo. And so for the last year or so, he been saying that he's at his absolute best in his prime. And Terence Crawford just beat that version of Canelo in dominant fashion. I will say this, I expected the fight to go the distance, but in the back of my mind, I did feel like somebody could get stopped. I was surprised when Canelo landed a few of those shots, even with Bud blocking them. You know what I'm saying? Even with Bud blocking some of those, catching some of those shots on the glove, I was a little bit, you know, like, damn, hold on. I don't know if Bud can keep taking those. And he was still, because like Max Kellerman said, even when you block a shot, not Max Kellerman, but Andre Ward, He said, just because you catching a shot or blocking a shot, that doesn't mean it don't inflict damage on your body. So those type of shots can break you down over the course of the fight. And for Terence Crawford to continuously catch and roll and slip shots and just be so defensively aware in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Extremely sharp. I felt like Terence Crawford was the ring general. The ring general, bro. You know? And one thing, let me give Canelo credit too, because I thought this was some of the best shape Canelo was in. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I thought this was some of the best shape Canelo was in. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't enough. Shout out to the brother E Field, H Field in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother A Shine in the building. Says, continue. Do you think Boots will give Bud more problems since he's faster and a better boxer than Canelo? I do believe that stylistically, Boots would be a tougher fight for Bud than Canelo was. You know what I'm saying? I do see that. I do see that for sure. The question is, will we ever get that fight? Because I've always said I was never a fan of fighters moving up and down in weight. And we know Terence Crawford, smart guy. You know, he ain't never the type of guy that's really gonna turn down no fade like that, but at the same time, he's smart about his moves. Does he come back? I think he might retire. I think Bud might retire. Because, like, you don't want to go up, go fight at 68 and then move back. Maybe it's not a lot of times that shit taxing on your body. We seen Roy Jones do that and it didn't work out well for him. I've seen multiple fighters go up in weight, come down, and it seems like their body don't be the same. Plus you older in age, all that fluctuating in weight, bro, it's not good. So I'm not saying Bud can't do it. I think he can. If motherfucker just became undisputed in 3 different weight classes, he can do anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? If anybody can do that shit, he can. But I just never been a fan of guys moving up and down. So I don't know if we ever get Terence Crawford versus Jerron Boots Ennis. I hope we do, though. I think that's an incredible fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's an incredible fight. Said, ain't no other fight for Bud for real. Yeah, bro. That's real talk. Bud done cleared out anybody that can be considered a threat for Terence Crawford in and around his weight class. Like, and yeah, we just talked about Jerron Boots Ennis, but I'm talking about like a fight that's right there where Terence Crawford is in his career, where he really only fight motherfuckers who people already view as like that. You know what I'm saying? Already proven. The biggest name you could have fought was Canelo, the most dangerous guy that people would have said, oh, he can't beat that. It would have been Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He cleared him out. So I think if there is a fight left for Terence Crawford, if he's not gonna be dedicated to 54, because if he go back down to 54, it's plenty fights for him. It's plenty fights at 54. But if we talking about him just on some, oh, I'm only gonna fight if it's a huge fight, it ain't gonna never be like this, but something that's a huge fight. The only fight is Boots. That's it. That's the only one that can even make any type of sense. Shout out to my brother King Y in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Boot Stomps Athletics in the building. What's good? Shout out to Mansa Joker in the building. Shout out to the brother Brett Woods in the building. What's good? What's happening? Said, I hate to say it from an EJ fan. He the real deal. Hey, real talk. And y'all know I'm the biggest Earl the Truth Spence Jr. fan, but I told y'all leading up to that fight, when it happened, after I said, whoever win, they got to get their props. If Bud do his thing, you got to give him his props. You can't lie to yourself. It don't matter who you a fan of. You can like this fighter, that fighter, that fighter, that fighter, but you can't lie to yourself. If you sitting here looking at the screen and you see this motherfucker a bad motherfucker, you got to say he a bad motherfucker. I don't care who you a fan of, bro. You got to be able to look at the screen, look at the film, and understand what you watching. You feel what I'm saying? Be astute enough to take in the information objectively and be able to say, that's a bad motherfucker right there, if you really a boxing fan. So Terence Crawford, he's showing and proving. He's showing and proving. And the way he went out there and just controlled the fight versus Canelo, bruh, I think that type of film gonna be studied. Again, this not saying that, oh, this is the first time Canelo been outboxed, but Bivol, even though Bivol outboxed him, a lot of people, I thought Erislandy Lara squeaked out that victory, but I can see why they gave it to Canelo, because Erislandy was doing too much moving and not enough demand and respect in the middle of the ring. Like, you see how Terence Crawford stood his ground? Like, he picked his spots to stand his ground. That's what you got to do with Canelo, bro. His ability to come forward and inflict mental and physical pressure on you just because of the presence of him coming forward and his ability to at least angle the ring off as good as he can, and the big ass counter shots that come with the head movement behind it. Like, you can't just move back all night, bro, and just think you gonna win. Nah, because the judge is gonna like all that shit that Canelo doing. You feel me? You gotta be willing to stand your ground in spots. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to say, all right, look, I know I'm gonna have to catch 2, 3, 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, throughout the fight, I'm gonna have to catch 2 or 3, 4 solid ass shots, and then it's gonna be some other ones I gotta be aware of too. But I know I'm gonna catch some of them bitches on the elbow, on the glove, hopefully not flush on the chin. And if you do get hit flush on the chin, you better be able to take it. And I think Terence Crawford had the most dominant performance over Canelo. I'm talking about popping his head back, swole his eye up. You feel me? Had him looking frustrated because I know y'all saw Bud was stepping on his foot. Canelo didn't like that shit. Canelo didn't like the craftiness of Terence Crawford. He didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, stepped on his foot, bah, and snuck one in. He did that a couple of times. Canelo gon', look at the crowd and shit. You feel me? But hey, that's what happened. I saw the craftiness on the inside. Said he just bring more speed. That's it. Who? Said what? He said, what would Boost do that would give Bud trouble that Canelo didn't do? Oh, say he'll bring more speed. You know what? That's a great question. He said, contender, what would Boots do that would give Bud trouble that Canelo didn't do? I think definitely the speed factor gonna be big. He's bigger and rangier than Canelo, so you gotta factor that in. He's younger and more athletic than Canelo, you gotta factor that in. It's not just the hand speed, it's like the fast twitch athleticism. You gotta factor in the fact that he can fight southpaw too. So Crawford fighting southpaw ain't gonna be no surprise. He can just switch southpaw too. They can both just fight the whole fight southpaw. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different look. So I absolutely think Bud and Boots would be a different fight, and Boots would present different challenges. But does that mean he win? Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for me to believe that anybody under 168 can fuck with Terence Crawford. Anybody. Terence Crawford in a full count at any one of them weights between 47 and 68. Can't nobody fuck with Terence Crawford. They can't fuck with him. Said, I ain't with the duck and smoke shit, but Boots. Said, dumb if he get in the ring. No, bro, you can't say that. If the fight if it come across Boots' desk, he gotta take it. You can't turn that down. Think of the stripes that he'll get. You can't even throw age in there. If the fight happened immediately, like within the next 6 months to a year, come on, man. That's Bud coming off a Canelo win. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be a fool to turn that fight down because you getting an undefeated prime Terence Crawford 3 times undisputed. If you beat him, what? Boy, you finna get paid and your name finna go crazy. Said he ain't saying Benavidez. Oh, yeah. No, so anybody under 68, I don't think Terrence Crawford need to fuck with nobody else at 68. Shout out to the brother D Luckett in the building. What's good? Hey, congrats to my brother D Luckett, man. D Luckett is one of the long-standing Terrence Bud Crawford fans on this channel, and I'm sure he across the YouTube boxing community represent Terrence Crawford everywhere else. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to the brother D Luckett, man. You know, hardcore, real deal, stomp down Terrence Bud Crawford fan. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Kept it 100 the whole time. You feel me? Ain't never switched up on him. I respect that. Ain't never switched up on him. Always stood true to his guns, what he believed was gonna happen in every fight. Shout out to the brother D Luckett, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stayed down. You deserve this type of shit right here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everything a Terrence Crawford fan, a true Terrence Crawford fan, everything you believe that Terrence Crawford could be, he proved that on this night. He proved that. You got to respect it. Shout out to the brother Andre the Prince in the building. What's good? You got to respect it. You can't do nothing but respect it. This shit crazy. This shit crazy. I'm still like, the whole fight again, I'm like, damn, I'm really watching Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. And they really in that bitch like, and you know what's wild? Even though I felt like Bud was dominant, he outboxed Canelo, he outclassed Canelo, even still, the fight always felt competitive. The fight always felt like at any moment, one of them shots from Canelo could change the fight. And you could tell, bruh, if that was anybody else in the ring with Canelo, I don't give a fuck any true 168 pounder or anybody trying to come up and fight him. If that was anybody else in there with Canelo, them shots would have been having way more of an effect. But it's the defense. It's the ability to slip and roll, knowing when to slip and roll, knowing when to catch shots, knowing when to brace for them. And I think in this fight, the size, even though they weighed in the same, I think we all can tell that on fight night, Canelo was at minimum a bit heavier than Terrence Crawford. But I think in this fight, the size advantage actually went to Terrence Crawford because him being the more trim and shiftier, faster guy and the lighter guy, he's able to move and, you know, be able to anticipate those shots a lot better and be able to prepare for them. And also, he's used to fighting faster fighters. So I think he can see, even though Canelo got really good hand speed, exceptional hand speed for his division. He don't throw a lot of combinations, but when he throw his 1s and 2s and his 1, 2s and 3s, they fast. But I think Crawford being more used to taking or seeing punches thrown from faster guys, it made it easier for him to see that shit coming. You know what I'm saying? And all that you got to take into account because those shots that Canelo was throwing, bro, them bitches knock people out. They stop people. Even though he ain't been stopping people at 68 recently, those punches stop people. And he has stopped people at 68. You feel what I'm saying? He's dropped people. You know what I'm saying? Like, them shots that he throwing, them big ass left hooks and those short overhand rights, those make guys like Jermell Charlo say, I don't want no more. Let me just move around and like make sure I don't throw nothing that's gonna compromise me in any way. So for Crawford to be able to deal with that shit and then let his shit off on offense too, bruh, it's just mind blowing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm mind blown, bruh. Said I'm about to order. Shout out to the brother Big Tex 33. Hey, he said I'm about to order one of them snack packs immediately. Hey, bro, chill out, man. Hey, he said I'm about to order one of them snack packs immediately. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Shout out to the brother Skies, the Living KT in the building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Monte in the building. What's good, dog? Appreciate you for pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Terrence Crawford different, bro. He different, dog. He different. everything I ever, like the full potential of Terence Crawford, everything I imagined what he could be, what he can do in a fight, the different styles he can fight, the nuance of his ability and the range that he, as far as offensive skills and defensive awareness and sharpness, all of these different small things that he can do, he showed me, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare that you see an athlete or anybody in any field where you say they got this much potential, or even if they great, the things that you formulated in your mind of what these people can do based off of what you've seen them do, a lot of people don't reach that potential. You know what I'm saying? A lot of athletes, and just sticking to boxing, a lot of guys, you be like, man, bro, if he just do this, or if he just stay more focused, or if he just let his hands go a little bit more, or if he just go to the body more, or if he just move his feet more, or if he just be more patient and let the offense come to him more. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, they never actually reach that potential. Terence Crawford, everything that I envisioned that he could do in that ring, bro, he showed me. At some point in his career, he showed me. You feel me, bro? That shit crazy, dog. That shit crazy. Like, so somebody just said, GOAT. I done seen that a couple of times. Look, I told myself, I said, if Terence Crawford were to stop Canelo tonight, me personally, he the GOAT. Me personally, I would have said he GOAT status. But with the decision, definitely top 5, definitely GOAT debate. Like, if motherfuckers want, if you want to tell me Bud the GOAT, I'm not finna argue against you, bro. I'm not finna argue against that. I don't got no argument, bro. I might have a different pick myself, or I might agree. You gotta let this shit marinate. I might have a different pick. I might agree. You're not gonna get no argument though. But I'm saying if he would have stopped Canelo, it wouldn't even be no conversation for me. I would have said, hey, GOAT, bro. You feel me? It's what you do. It's the way you do it. 3-time undisputed in 3 different weight classes. You go up to 68. You fight Canelo Alvarez. And if he would have got a stoppage, and it would have been crazy, bro. But the unanimous decision, shit, dare I say, this is even more impressive because he went up there and outskilled him. Skill for skill. He showed he's just a better man. You feel me? Skill for skill. Said it looked like he hurt Canelo. I think a couple of times, I don't know if Canelo was necessarily hurt, but I think he stunned him a couple of times, like some quick shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some boom, like, oh shit. You feel me? Canelo was eating. He was eating them bitches because, I mean, he ain't had no choice. Bud was landing them. But a couple of them, I felt like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Canelo felt that hoe. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford definitely garnered the respect of Canelo the entire fight. Even when it was crunch time and Canelo, his corner was telling him, hey, bro, we need this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to pick it up. You got to be more active. Even when he was aware of his position in the fight that he could potentially be down and he started to press the gas, you know what I'm saying? It's still, you know, nah. It just he couldn't do nothing with Terence Crawford, man. He couldn't do nothing with him. He couldn't do nothing with him. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Say you can't beat a man who got shot and drove himself to the hospital. Shout out to the brother Terez in the building. What's good? Said, hey, way to keep it real, Slim. So I respect you for that and how you handled the Earl Laws. Bud is top 5 all time. Real talk. Got to keep it 100. Shout out to the brother Tex Rock in the building, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Tex Rock, another long-standing stump down Terence Bud Crawford fan who always kept it real too on both sides. Anytime Terence Crawford fighting somebody or anybody fighting, Tex Rock gonna keep it 100 and he gonna tell it just how he seeing it. You know what I'm saying? No matter if he a fan of this fighter or that fighter, but just like D Luckett, He always been a stump down Terrence Bud Crawford fan. Real talk. Gotta give him love for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deserve this victory, bro. Always held him down. Shout out to the brother Shaquan in the building. What's good? Said salute contender Bud is definitely in the GOAT talk. Facts, bro. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Big Tex again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Mr. Alo in the building. What's good, man? Yeah, bro. Like, if anybody come to me and say Terrence Crawford the GOAT, you're not gonna get no argument out of me, buddy. You're not getting no argument out of me, dog, at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to sit there and advocate for why you might be right. If you say Terrence Crawford to go, I'm going to be an advocate for you and say and tell you all of the reasons why I think, shit, you down, you might be right. Said, I'm going to the comments on Instagram and people are actually saying Bud was running. Oh, let's talk about that. So, I already knew when Bud was just gonna do, when Bud was doing what he's supposed to do, intellectually boxing and being efficient, being sharp, being calculated, being strategic, like you're supposed to do, in spots in the fight. I always felt like, all right, at the end of the fight, some people gonna consider this running. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna try to, but that's why Bud said, I don't care what Turkey Al-Sheikh say, I don't care what the fans said about this last show or performance from this other fighter that was out there. He said, I ain't gonna let nobody dictate how I fight. When Terrence Crawford said that, that let me know, and I already knew that. I knew Terrence Crawford wasn't the type that was gonna be obsequious to Turkey Al-Sheikh in that sense, where he was just gonna capitulate to everything he want him to do just because you the money man and you putting on the show. And I fuck with Turkey. Shout out to Turkey. But when Bud said, I'm not going to let nobody just dictate how I fight. I'm going to fight my fight, and I'm going to fight to win. And that's what you're supposed to do, bro. And that was not running. That was boxing. That was boxing punching. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford was a consummate boxer puncher, elite, a master boxer puncher in this fight. He moved when he needed to move. He set traps. He used the probing jab to parry and to just keep Canelo at bay and keep him, looking at something, keep him distracted. You feel me? Keep his eyes active and shit, so he can then kind of play off of that and pick a shot down low or bring that. I love when Terrence Crawford was bringing that looping left hand over. That looping left hand was sharp. And that's where the reach advantage came in play. That looping left hand from Terrence Crawford, super sharp. Super sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Terrence, he did it all, bro. He did it all. He led when he needed to lead. He was first when he needed to be first. He countered. And did y'all see the inside game? Did y'all see the inside game? Make sure you hit that like button as you slide through. I appreciate it. Did y'all see the inside game? Terrence Crawford getting him in that southpaw post up. And look, shout out to the Everglass gloves. I was tripping in the Madramal fight when he had the Grants on. Shout out to my brother Monte. He told me Madramal team or somebody said he couldn't wear his Everlast. They made him wear Grants. I don't know what that was about. But Terrence Crawford in the Everlast gloves, different. Because in them Grants gloves, you can't really flex. He was trying, but you can't really flex them bitches like that. In the Everlast gloves, when Bud open them bitches up like that, and then he get into that, you know what I'm saying? He get into that little box where he blocking shit and letting uppercuts off. You know what I'm saying? Hitting you with all type of sharp, short shit on the inside and that mid-range. When I seen, he had the Everlast, and then in a fight, he opening them bitches up, that give you a little bit more extra room to block. And with me, like, that let you know the gloves, they worked in. You feel me? They worked in. They not stiff and shit, like they worked in. When you got your gloves worked in like that and you getting your shit, bro, you start feeling good, man. He was in that bitch feeling good, dog. When I seen that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's finna be a Terrence Bud Crawford night. So he comfortable at that point. Said Bud only weakness is he don't believe in defense. Hey, he want to fight. Man, I felt like Bud's defense was very sharp. It was very sharp in this fight. And when you fight a guy like Canelo, bro, you gonna get touched. You gonna get touched. Shout out to the brother JDI in the building. What's good? Salute to you, dog. You gonna get touched. D Lucky said, what's next? Turk said no retirement. Maybe they had a conversation behind closed doors about bigger things if he was gonna be victorious in this fight. Me personally, bruh, I say go out the game on top and be in the GOAT conversation. Undisputed 3 times, 3 different weight classes. Me, 37 years old. I know he looked good at 37. Cut up like a bag of dope, even in. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how Terence Crawford goes up 2-3 weight classes and he still cut up like a bag of dope? Can we talk about that? How do you retire at 37 and you still in this type of shape? Still having that type of punch resistance, still having that type of conditioning to fight the type of fight that he fought, a very mobile fight. On the move and giving you offense. See, it's different when you moving laterally and moving off the back foot, but you ain't really getting no offense off. That take a lot of conditioning. But to be able to move like Bud moved and then still stand his ground and get punches and bunches off, conditioning. So when you 37 years old, coming off the biggest win of your career, one of the biggest wins in boxing history, and you undefeated, and you feeling good, how does one retire? We all know Terence Crawford's personality. We know he one of these dudes that like to win at everything, who like to compete. He just genuinely like to compete. If Terence Crawford didn't genuinely like to compete, he would never took this fight. And he would never took it as serious as he did, because it's a lot of guys that'll take this fight, but for other reasons. They don't genuinely feel like they can compete or have the desire to compete to a motherfucker stop them. They ain't just finna lay down and give it to you. So a guy like Terence Crawford, man, it's hard for them to get out the game, bro. It's hard for them to get out the game, dog. You go up and fight Canelo, you feel like, man, can't none of these dudes fuck with me, bro. Like, man, I'm finna go whoop somebody else, bro. You feel me? Or it can have the adverse effect where, Terence Crawford, like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I just whooped Canelo Alvarez, bro. Ain't no use of me fighting no more. Can't nobody fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Reggie Pathick in the building. What's good? He said, I need to see a rematch. Do it again. Honestly, I mean, would I be mad at a rematch? No, but I don't think we need no rematch. I feel like Terence Crawford was clearly the better fighter. He was clearly the better fighter. If you talking about if he just needs something to do, then yeah, why not go make another bag? But nah. Said I think Bud will have huge paydays after this one. I think so too, if he continues to fight. And think about it like this. So look, I told y'all I'm not a fan, or I don't encourage fighters moving up and down, fluctuating. But if this was just a one-off thing for Bud, which I believe it was, I don't think he's gonna campaign at 168. That just don't make no sense. You went up there, you got the guy, ain't nobody else you need to be fighting up there. If he's not gonna retire, which I honestly can't see Bud retiring, just off his makeup, you go back to 54. And there's fights at 54. There's championships at 54. If he can go back to 54 and become undisputed in 4 different weight classes, At this point, he playing goddamn my career. He playing a boxing my career game. If he do that. He playing a boxing my career game if he do that. He just doing shit at that point. But you got Sebastian Fundora. I think that fight would be a great fight. Jerron Boots Ennis, of course. You got D Lucky just said if Thurman beat Fundora, he's gonna be a unified champion at 54. That's an immediate box office fight for Terence Crawford. Coming off of that, and then you automatically get two of the. Hold on, wait. Oh yeah, he haven't fought for a title yet at 54, right? Bud fought for a title at 54. Did Majamal have a title? Majamal was a champion, right? Yeah, okay. So Bud still hold that belt? So look, you champion at 54 still. Hold on. Okay. If he still got that belt, you go fight the winner out of Thurman and Fundora. Now you got 3 belts, and there's 1 fight left for Undisputed at 54. Man, hey, Thurman. Hey, look. Let's talk about this. Hey, D Lucky. Bud is champ. All right, bet. So that immediately puts him as a 3-belt champion at 54. So think about this. But hold on. We talking about the potential for Bud. But think about this. If Thurman can beat Sebastian Fundora, look at how that just revived Keith Thurman's career and put him right back at an opportunity where he always wanted to be to prove he the best. You take 2, 3, 4 years off. You get knocked down by Manny Pacquiao. You fall from grace, so to speak, at the welterweight division. And then you beat Sebastian Fundora. You become unified champion at 54. And then you fight Terence Crawford for a unification. A guy who just came out, who right now in the GOAT conversation. That's a chance for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman got to really understand. You can't look past Fundora, but Keith Thurman got to understand what's in front of him. He got to understand what's in front of him. If Keith Thurman want a chance that he always said that he wanted to prove that he the best and be at the top of the game, he got to beat Fundora. Because if he does, that puts him right in position to fight Terence Bud Crawford in a big-ass fight. Said Bud should beat. He said Bud should beat Fundora for Undisputed. That would be a statement win. Big uphill climb for Thurman. Yeah, I think Fundora's going to beat Thurman. I know it's a lot of people that think Thurman's going to win. I feel like, I'm not going to lie, I haven't truly decided yet. I'm leaning towards Fundora. I haven't truly decided yet, but I'm leaning towards Fundora. I'm not gonna lie. I would love. Because of what could potentially take place. I want to see Thurman win. I'm rooting for Thurman. I want Thurman to win that fight because that lined him up with Terence Crawford and give both of them that that big fight, big money fight. Both guys get paid, and I know Thurman. That'll be something that'll change all of the bad shit motherfucker said about Keith Thurman. That'll change his whole career around, bro. If he get opportunity to fight Terence Crawford, and if he win, you know what I'm saying? That's a stretch, but I'm just saying. So I hope Thurman win, but I don't think he can beat Fundora, bro. I just feel like, bro, Fundora active. Fundora, he done threw 1,000 punches in multiple fights. The uppercuts, they just come from different angles. He digs to the body. He hits you with head shots. Sometimes he throws shots to the body and they hit you in the head because he's so tall. You know what I'm saying? He might throw an uppercut that he tried to hit you in your chest or your solar plexus or your stomach, but you end up getting clipped on the forehead. And that shit be stumbling dudes. You know what I'm saying? And don't let Fundora start establishing his jab and that motherfucker start working and is landing. And he keeping you at the end of his punches. So he getting maximum leverage on every shot. And he getting a rhythm. Man, say it might start looking bad enough for Keith Thurman. It might start looking bad enough for Keith Thurman. But I do believe that Keith Thurman has the skills and the style to cause troubles for Fundora. I haven't seen Fundora with his glasses lately. Did he get LASIK eye surgery? Did he get LASIK? Because that's key. Because he always, to me, it seemed like he had a blind spot. That's why he got caught with that left hook by, I think, what was it, right hand? Or he got caught with something big by Mendoza. He was getting caught with big shits versus Lubin. I done seen Fundora get caught with some big shit and he had that blind spot. But if he got LASIK, he might be better now. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't seen him with his glasses at that last press conference. Maybe he had some eye contacts in or something. But he dangerous, bro. That man dangerous. But look, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I just wanted to tap in and give y'all my immediate post-fight reaction, man. Shout out to the brother Terrence Bud Crawford making history, showing us greatness tonight. You feel what I'm saying, man? Appreciate everybody for coming through, commenting, liking the video. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it before you leave. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, man. Contender Regime, boxing.